think that tragedy has a very powerful potential for evoking politics.
The winner of this year's DGC Discovery Award. He's a bold new voice in Canadian filmmaking. Wayne Wapimakwa.
Luck Lucky is a hybrid documentary about 5 people from Vancouver's downtown east side during the 2010 Winter Olympics.
Poets, painters, philosophers, inspirations.
Aside from the actual cast, that was by far without a doubt the largest inspiration. Artistic influences included ancient Greek tragedy, I think was a very important influence for me insofar as tragedy was invented at the same time as politics, and I thought that tragedy would be, I don't think that it's pessimistic in any way, shape, or form, nor lamentable. I think that tragedy has a very powerful potential for evoking politics and showing particularly the contradictions of the city. Every single ancient Greek tragedy is set in the city and has to do with whether or not certain individuals belong in the city and the politics that go into their inclusion. And so I use that as a lens in order to communicate the own tragedy that is Vancouver. But also James Joyce, I think, was a tremendous inspiration as well, insofar as, Ulysses is set on a very synchronous one-day event city at the same time as a prism into a whole other colonial landscape, right?
So segueing into the film, yes, specifically, you've done 4 short films. The 4th one was called Luck Lucky Mother, screened at TIFF 2014. In making that film, which I think starred Angel, did you always have in mind to make a feature version?
No, I didn't. I had ideas of what I wanted my first feature to be like, I guess. I knew that I wanted it to be political. I knew that I wanted it to be episodic. I knew I didn't want a single protagonist. I knew I wanted to de-emphasize the individual as much as possible and tell a very group-oriented story. So I had these very vague aesthetic notions and stylistic notions. I knew I wanted it to be a piece of hybridity, and I wanted to incorporate the work with non-actors, but at no point did I ever conceive of this project years prior. This project really was the culmination of a variety of accidents and happenstances and relationships that I built over years working in the downtown east side in a variety of ways.
So maybe can you talk us through a little bit of the development process? I mean, you credit the key cast, as co-writers. How did you come to meet them? How did you start collaborating with them on this project?
Yeah, like I said, it's different for everybody. I mean, the whole of the project was 5 years in the making. I met Angel in 2013 when I was doing, and she'll tell you the same thing. I met her when I was doing research for the short film version. And then one day we were hanging out and she said that, if you want it to be real, you should just hire me because and this is what she said. She said sex work is the same as acting. So I said, all right. So we put her in the movie and, she hit it out of the park, and she's since changed her career status on Facebook to actress, and this is what she wants to do. So we've just been working together for years. And I met Eric at the same time, actually, as his housing advocate. He was being rent-evicted by some asshole, the York Rooms off of Powell Street in Vancouver. And so Eric was being rent-evicted, so I helped him out and hooked him up with Pivot Legal Society and tried to be there for his housing hearings and stuff and help him out in that way. And then we ended up just making friends, and I got to know his kid a bit and their relationship, which tied into my own relationship with my father.
Turn out like you.
Yeah. No, I know.
I'm just got a fucking headache today, and I drank too much fucking.
How you been? Well, what's wrong, man? You're so fidgety. You gotta relax. What's going on?
Trying to do my coke.
Are you nervous?
Just drinking a little bit too much this hyperactive pills.
It's kind of heartbreaking.
It's hard,
actually.
man. It's fucking. It's a curse, man. It's fuck. It's too chicken to call it. Embarrassed to be your dad, and I thought you were fucking mad, and I feel.
Hey, man, that's it going.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Well, where do you live now?
Sorry, Justin.
It's
Where we
okay.
going?
How's
What do
everything
we
been
do
with
now?
you? No, but we just got here. We're talking.
I'm not into a big
What's going
crowd
on
of
with you?
people. Oh, not much.
Well, do it for me.
Fuck's sake.
Just relax, relax.
You owe me $10 so I can get a bar?
Yeah, but we're trying to get to the game.
My nerves are just shot, man, and just can't stop figuring. I need to go to bed, and I can't think
When
properly.
did you get cancer?
Oh, it's been a couple months.
Yeah. Well, are the cigarettes helping that or no?
3 days I've been up, man.
So,
Okay.
you need to be able to get off the stuff you're on because I can't be around you. when
Justin,
you're
you got $10 I can borrow? I need it, so I gotta go. I'm gonna go get a fucking Mickey.
Well,
I just need $10. Can you help me?
I can help you, I guess, but I mean,
Come on,
like,
man, please.
well,
I need $10. I wanna go.
All right,
Come on, man, thank you.
Sure, man. Okay, well, I mean, go for it, take it.
From there, that was the kind of story with them, and Eric has always been like a peripheral helper on my movies in the Downtown East Side and wanted to partake in this. His best buddy, Mark, who was in a documentary I made a couple of years ago, was supposed to be in this movie. He's being played by Joe Dion Buffalo. Mark passed away a few months before we went to camera, which is why the movie is dedicated to him. And so, you know, Mark and I had known each other for a couple of years there at least. And I knew Ms. Roller Girl for about a year. Before production, I met her through a mutual friend. And, you know, we sparked something and she wanted to be the star of the movie. But I had to tell her that, like, you know, there's like 4 other people. And but she wanted to be an actress. So we threw her in after knowing her for about a year. And I met Ken in 2014 when I had my short film here. And he came up to me after we screened, because we screened at the same program as his movie named Whole.
Cool.
Right, yeah. So Ken came up to me and wanted to work with me, so I promised him I'd put him in a movie, so I did.